I have read 15 plus books so far this year, and these are some of the books that did not let me put them down until they were finished. 1. The Cruel Prince. 2. The Wicked King. 3. The Queen of Nothing. It took me a week to finish these 3 books, and I think this was the fastest I've ever read a trilogy. It kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time, and The Queen of Nothing was the first 10-star book of the year for me. 4. The Naturals. I have already finished the 4-book series, but it was so good that I decided to reread the first book again, and let's just say I'm glad I did. 5. Seafire. I started reading this book because I was drawn to the cover, and honestly, I really like the relationship between the 2 best friends, although I would say it lacks some character building. 6. The House on the Cerulean Sea. I was in for a shock after I met the characters and saw the inner workings of the Marseilles orphanage.
This was the first book I read in the style, and I'm glad I read it.
7. Divine Rivals. This book was so amazing. I loved the idea of connected typewriters, and the 2 main character stories was very moving. After I finished the book, I had a long chat about it with a friend who had also read it, and we had so much to say. 8. The Rose Bargain. I was once again drawn to the cover, and I'm glad the cover was as beautiful as it was because I finished this book so quickly. My only side note is that I personally didn't love the ending, but don't get me wrong, overall it was still a really great book. 9. Daughter of the Pirate King. This was one of the first books I read while I was getting back into reading, and it totally jump-kicked my reading obsession and was a great book for me to read to get out of my reading slump. I was so sad when I finished this because I finished it in 2 days and regretted reading it as fast as I did. 10. The Girl of Fire and Thorn. When I started this book, I had no clue what to expect, and I was definitely surprised with the theme of the book and the journey she went on. I will say it was a bit of a longer book, and it was pretty slow-paced.